Instead, we hear comments like, "I'm not going to spoon feed you retarded fools," and alike. Seriously, with egos like that, one would be sure they would take satisfaction rubbing our noses in it and make us look silly, wouldn't you think? Instead, they produce photos of our civilian population and of our diggers flying the 1901 pending version. However, this is not factual documentation. In fact, it's nothing more than the people actively promoting the unofficial first pending flag that the people were approved to fly by Parliament, all the while waiting for the real deal to be approved by the King, as many would have been proud to do in that time. After all, they were going to have a flag to call their own. Here we have Queen Elizabeth II and the Duke's first official visit to our great Commonwealth in 1954. See the people waving their red ensigns and Union Jacks with the Govco blue, and the Union Jacks dominating the government buildings as is normal practice. However, we see here the red ensign of the people, 1908, was also represented flying high. In regards to our diggers flying them in 1901, well, why would they not? They owned them after purchase, and as one would expect, money was very tight back then. Not to mention our forefathers didn't live in a throwaway society like we do today. Gee, even pants with holes were repaired and handed down all patched up. Nothing was wasted. I guess these folks forget that. There were hundreds and thousands of the 1901 unofficial pending versions created for many, and as the pending flag, I'm sure our grandparents would not waste them. Come World War I and World War II, many of our diggers still had those flags, as things were built to last back then, different to the property one owns throughout life today. Many of the awakened public today still fly the blue ensign, as they do, and would not throw them away until they were stuffed. Seriously, how many today would throw them away undamaged, knowing the truth about it being a government instrument? Only a few, really. However, this doesn't make it correct, but many still fly the blue for their own reasons, not to mention our ADF, ANZACs, have bled under it also. Therefore, it has to have a place in our history and the hearts of many. If not for that reason alone, it also represents our ANZACs as well. Maybe not the AIF, but the ADF, both as civilians and military men and women. After all, we are men and women first, as children of the Creator. Mostly Christian, Protestant, Imperial Crown civilian subjects of Commonwealth of Australia. Well, we used to be. Besides, our job roles come second from who we are, right? When one stands in unfettered unity, one is not only concerned of the facts, they are concerned about unity also, and sending a clear message to a rogue, out of control Parliament. After all, without a united country, we are left divided, and that is no help to any of us, is it? However, the Kingdom and ex-Kingdom ARC members fail to see the errors of their ways and in which they speak and treat their fellow brothers and sisters. Here is another one of their hardcore followers who is currently incarcerated that their leader has completely thrown under the bus in an attempt to distance himself from the fallout. And by the way, he is a guy that held Stephen in such high regard. On a separate note, a sovereign citizen is nothing more than an oxymoron. We are either sovereign individual men and women, self-governing and self-determining, or we are not. However, as a collective of free men and women, we were subjects of the Imperial Crown subdivision of the Empire of Great Britain, known as the Commonwealth of Australia. Daily Telegraph Newslink. Instead, these people continue to create division to benefit their own agendas. Violence, intimidation, slander, general name-calling, belittling, threats, and just public destructive behaviour is not and never has been an accepted way to get one's point across. However, it seems the general MO for those who are associated with this Kingdom of Australia, ARC mob or group, including the many of their current and ex-members, or whatever name they go by these days. These people use many different aliases and have multiple accounts. They have shut down most of their pages and sites now, but still congregate in private forums, only stepping out to troll and create division and damage everywhere they pop up. Isn't that right, Stephen? Is this the Australia you want to see come to life, Aussies? Please don't confuse us freedom-loving sovereign men and women with these that wish to divide us. Then there's the case of the throne room, otherwise known as the Blue State Chair.
And show me the world, and show me the world. Cleopatra, kill up my Kingston, my port, bro, that's